Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today we're back here for another speed build, and today I'm going to go ahead and do my attempt at SPRINGSIMS shell challenge. So if you want to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll also go ahead and put a link in the description to that so you can go ahead and check it out for yourself. And also I'll leave a link down below to SPRINGSIMS' video where I actually went ahead and built the shell and kind of explains a little bit more about this challenge and what you have to do. Again, if you want to go ahead and try that out for yourself. So basically what he did was he just kind of made a shell really, and he kind of had some rules that you can't really add anything onto it, and some other things as well. And you're basically just going to kind of complete it and finish it, and that's what we're doing in today's build. So I actually broke one of the rules. Don't worry, I fixed it now. But you may see a little bit later on in the video where I actually put a dormer on top of the roof. And actually one of the rules was to not add any more walls, I think it was. So you couldn't add any more walls or rooms, you know, things like that. But I didn't think about doing the dormer because it's not like an actual functional room, so I didn't really think about it as I built it. I just thought it was like a roof decoration sort of. So I was actually talking to Stephen a couple of hours ago, and we're on a call, and I sent him the picture of like the thumbnail that I'd worked on, and straight away he pointed out that. I was like, oh no, I can't believe it. So I actually went ahead and redid the thumbnail, retook the screenshot of that and took out the doormat on the top, and before I uploaded to the gallery. So you'll see it in the video, but the thumbnail is correct now. So just in case you see that a little bit later and you're wondering, Thomas, you broke one of the rules, well, that's why. So also the other thing you may have seen, as I was kind of just starting the build, I did try to do it with yellow. Now I kind of thought that because, as you probably know, SPRINGSIMS is all about yellow, so I thought, you know, that might be a good idea to do something yellow themed for this build for a change. But as I was doing it, I think it might just because it's a little bit different from what I usually do. I just couldn't really get it to work, so I decided not to do that, but you know, I kind of had that idea to start with. But we kind of just made it into a suburban kind of style family home. It has a little bit of terrain editing at the front, like normal, because I don't really do a lot of terrain editing. All that I really do, sometimes on bigger lots I will, but smaller lots I feel like it's sometimes hard to do very sort of out there type of terrain editing when it's on a small lot, I feel like, because everything around it's so small. With bigger lots you can kind of make it blend in a little bit better, so I tend to do it for that, but not so much in small lots. So all I did was make like a little incline sort of thing going up to the garage door, and that's just kind of, you know, sort of just make it flow a little bit better instead of putting a roof there. Because what I used to do was use like a half gable roof as like a ramp going up to the garage. Now the garage on the side, you'll probably see if you kind of look at the size of the car and how wide the car is compared to how wide the garage door is, you'll probably see that the car's got no way of fitting through there. Well, I kind of knew that as I was building it. I was like, okay, the car's not going to be able to fit through here. Thomas, why are you doing a garage door? Well, the garage door is just for decoration. That's actually where the kitchen is. It's just like an exterior feature, really. Now, I know people are probably going to comment on that in the gallery or something, but it's just for kind of aesthetic reasons, I suppose, for the front of the house. Inside that room is actually a kitchen. It's not an actual garage. So we're just working on getting the floor plan done and also the interior wall coverings and stuff. So I actually included a little bit more footage than usual in today's build, since this took me about 55 minutes to do in total, which is no time at all. So I decided to kind of include a little bit more footage in today's build. So you saw me doing the floor plan, I think, there, and also putting down the wall coverings, which I do tend to take out because you're going to see the wall coverings anyway when we kind of, you know, decorate that particular room, whatever it is. So I normally take that out, but I thought, you know, since I've got the time today, I'll go ahead and do that. And also as well, like I was saying before, I was talking to SPRINGSIMS earlier today on a call. We're actually planning another collab as well, so that should be coming up next week sometime. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but we do have another collab coming up, which is probably going to be like our 8th collab, I think. We've done quite a lot over the last couple of years, so yeah, I've got another one of those coming up soon, which will be great. So make sure to stay tuned for that next week, I think. And yeah, so we're just working a little bit on the landscaping. I'm actually doing like a fully paved backyard area here, as you can see. Now, I don't know, like this video, I'm not really too sure when it's going up. I'm recording this on the 14th. I think this is going up tomorrow on the 15th. But we are going to be getting an announcement. Well, I mean, I say that. I think we're going to be getting an announcement sometime maybe this week or next week. I mean, we've got to. I'm pretty sure everybody thinks there's going to be some sort of announcement about the next pack. So I always have a feeling it's going to be this week. I don't know why, but I just do. Or next week, like I said. So I'm kind of a little bit all over the place with the content because I might make a video about it, which means if I have a video planned for that day, I might have to rearrange it a little bit. So everything's kind of just all over the place at the minute, so I'm not really too sure when this is going up actually. But we're just working again, like I said, on a little bit of landscaping. And back to what I was saying about the paved area and the backyard area. I've mentioned this in one of the recent videos, might not be up yet. But I've been struggling a lot with, you know, just backyard areas in general, and I feel like sometimes, I mentioned this in the Cape Cod mansion build I think it was the other day at the Cape Cod Dream Mansion, that I feel like sometimes the backyard areas just look a little bit patchy, and that's a really weird way to describe it. But what I mean by that is that, you know, there'll be little bits of outdoor activities here and there, like an outdoor seating table somewhere, but it just doesn't really flow together for some reason. It's really hard to explain, but I just kind of have that problem with backyard areas. So I've been trying to improve them somehow, and one of the ways that I don't really do a lot of is actually using like stone floor tiles on the exterior. I always go for terrain paint, and I think that might be one of the reasons why, you know, I might just be kind of falling into a trap of doing the same thing. So I thought I'll go ahead and try out paved stone instead and see what that kind of looks like as a change. So there's no actual like grass area in the backyard area, which I'm not too sure about if that's like a good thing or not. It's all kind of stone in the backyard area. So, you know, if you want to change that, feel free to do so. So we're now just working on the interior, as you can see. This room is the kitchen, like I was saying before, and this is where the garage kind of is on the exterior. It's not an actual garage though. If the lot is big enough, what I usually do is actually make a separate garage, and in there I'll go ahead and put a gym. So since this is like built into the house, I can just make it into another regular room. So as you can see, the windows, I've always had this thing. Well, it's been like a mixed opinion in the community, I think, for a long time about having counters against windows and kind of how they look. So I know, you know, a lot of people just tend to go for a very short height of window, I guess you could call it, like a very short window, to put against the counter, so the counter doesn't actually cover windows. I've never actually been bothered by that. So as you can see there, one of these windows, I think it's the one on the right hand side where the coffee machines are, that window is a little bit bigger and it is slightly covered by the counters, but just barely. And I've also, like I've just said, I've never really been bothered about that, but recently I don't know why I've been changing my opinion about that, and I've been using like different windows against counters and where they are. I don't know why all of a sudden I've changed my opinion about that after all these years, but I kind of just have. So as you will see there, where the sink was, I did go ahead and change it out for a short wall height. I keep saying short wall height, a short window height, to not cover up the counter, just for a change. So this is the home study area, as you can see, and I do this quite a lot, where I kind of make a little sort of, it looks like a little meeting area, where there's like the two chairs facing the desk there, and kind of put that in the middle of the room. I don't know why, but it kind of feels a little bit more sort of formal, I guess, as if like it's a very sort of important business person that lives here, when they have like meetings and stuff in here, or even when it's just like a bigger study room in general. I sometimes do that to kind of fill up the space a bit better, so I do that quite a lot, and I think it's just, you know, a nice thing to do. Just something a little bit different. Not the most practical thing, but, you know, if somebody's doing their homework sitting there, or somebody's using the computer, they can have somebody talking to them at the same time, I suppose. So we're just working on one of the bedrooms. I don't know if I mentioned this, but this home has 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, I believe, which, you know, is kind of a good number, I think, for a 30 by 20 lot. Again, I don't think I mentioned either, but this is on a 30 by 20 lot. I think one of the challenge rules was that you could actually place this wherever you wanted. I think it was originally built on a 30 by 20 lot, if I'm not mistaken, but I also decided to keep it on a 30 by 20 lot as well. So, again, if you're new to my channel, I feel like I say this a lot, but I do tend to keep things neutral in my builds, just to make them easier for you to download from the gallery, fit any type of family into one of my builds. So I don't do personalized rooms or clutter and stuff like that in my build generally, but to change that, recently, not on this particular build, but you will see in a few upcoming builds, that I have been doing some kids rooms and more personalized things and a little bit of clutter here and there that I don't usually do. I feel like, you know, the neutral kind of idea that I have with my builds is great, and I know a lot of people like it, you know, that way, just to keep things easier to play in, and download, and kind of just be ready for you to kind of use without having to make as many changes as you would if a house had certain sort of specific kids rooms and stuff that you don't have in your family. Well, recently I've kind of been going away from that a little bit and doing a few more kind of kids rooms and clutter and stuff like that, just to switch things up. So I think that'll be coming in a build either this week or next week. It's sort of like a family home, which is more of a family home, I guess you could call it. So I'm really happy how this particular build turned out. So that'll be coming up soon. It's not a mansion build, so it won't be on a Sunday, but it will be coming up on either a this Friday or next Wednesday or Friday. I'm not too sure when, but you know, you'll see then. And yeah, so we're just working on another bedroom here. I'm actually using the jungle adventure bed there, which I kind of thought about, does that fit in that well? Because I always tend to use the jungle adventure beds sometimes in suburban homes, because I don't really do a lot of builds in Salvador, or however you say it. So I don't really get the opportunity to use those beds quite a lot, but they do have a very specific style to them. But it's also, it kind of fits in well with this home as well for some reason, and suburban homes in general. It kind of has like a rustic look to it, which sometimes works well with suburban homes, I've noticed. But this room right here, I would probably say is the master bedroom, just because of the size of it. You know, it's sort of like an awkward shape as well. It's very kind of long and narrow. It doesn't have an ensuite bathroom. I don't know if any of the rooms do have an ensuite bathroom, but it does have a bathroom right next to it though. I don't know if you would class it as an ensuite bathroom, but it does have one next to it, so I'll probably say that is a master bedroom just in terms of the size. So we're now working on the exterior again. I don't really have any specific order to how I do builds. I know some people do, like they do this, and then that. I can just go all over the place really, just to keep things more interesting in the speed build itself, like the video, whilst you're watching it, just so you're not seeing the same thing over and over again. Now, you know, I kind of always have the thing where I do like the walls first, and the roofing and the windows, but then everything else I kind of do in random orders. And now recently I've noticed that I've been doing the garden area last, which I always tend to do before I do the interior, but now I'm actually doing that last for some reason recently. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just a change I noticed. I don't know if you really needed to know that, but you know, just thought I'd point it out anyway. So we're just working on the garden area now, and I'm actually really happy how this garden turned out. It's a lot more sort of just a lot more things going on. It seems more full and just kind of not as patchy as I was saying earlier, that word, which it sounds weird to say because I don't know if it's a good describing word for a garden, but you know, it just seems a lot better in today's build for some reason. But yes, I really hope you enjoyed today's build in the comment section down below. Let me know about what you thought of it. If you have any more suggestions for other builds, any other challenges you want me to try next, that'd be really helpful to hear, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!